Shirley and Tony rescued a baby hippo, never expecting her to become their giant pet. Later, thanks to Jessica, an even more thrilling event unfolded for the family. Once again, the season had arrived in Torrance, bringing relief in the form of rainfall after a prolonged drought. However, the consequences were severe as floods engulfed the homes of those residing near the northeastern Transvaal in South Africa, now known as Limpopo Province. As a result, the affected individuals were in the process of recovering from the devastating impact of the flood on their houses. Among the impacted individuals were Tony and Shirley Joubert, a dynamic duo of wildlife documentary filmmakers and photographers. Like their fellow residents, the Jouberts diligently worked to clean their residence and remove the debris left behind by the flood. Having methodically tackled each area of their house, the couple finally completed their task. Seeking respite, they chose to rest by the riverbank where their lawn seamlessly merged with the flowing waters. As Shirley gazed into the distance, she stumbled upon a sight so extraordinary that it left her in awe. Shirley's eyes were drawn to a sudden movement near a nearby sandbag, accompanied by a distinct crunching sound that both she and her husband heard simultaneously. Intrigued, she alerted her husband, who resolved to delve deeper into the matter. Unsure of what awaited them, he grabbed a baseball bat for precautionary measures. Little did he anticipate the sight that awaited him. To his astonishment, a minuscule newborn hippo calf was trapped on a sandbag, emanating an aura of helplessness and fear. Tony and Shirley cautiously approached the calf, but her instinct urged her to escape. Unfortunately, her exhaustion and feebleness rendered her unable to gather any strength or energy at all. Realizing that the animal needed help, the concerned woman picked her up and examined her. Ms. Joubert was moved by the sorry sight in front of them. From her observation, she saw that the hippo calf was only a few hours old, as she still had her umbilical cord attached. The hippo must have been separated from her mother by the floods just a few hours after she was born. The little animal was clearly traumatized. Having worked with wildlife for years, they knew that the calf needed milk urgently because she was so small. The couple could not feed her normal milk. But thanks to Tony's experience and knowledge as a game ranger, he had a formula to create a substitute similar to colostrum. The couple immediately swung into action. They used some egg yolk cream and full cream cow's milk, and within a few minutes the formula was ready. Tony had used the same mix many times in the past with wonderful success. They hoped that this time would not be any different. They named the hippo Jessica and carefully weighed and measured her. Although she seemed to be in perfect health, she was definitely the smallest hippo they had ever seen. When they fed her the newly formulated milk, she was hesitant at first, but by the time she had a taste of it, she took the bottle greedily and could hardly get enough of it. Young Jessica was a delightful and persistent hippo. She followed the couple everywhere and would wake them up when she was hungry. The calf was always very happy when it was feeding time. The hippo was also very playful and spent most of her time playing with the kids or by herself. Surprisingly, Jessica even became friends with the family dogs. They were always together and watched anything unusual with great concentration. Jessica grew from strength to strength, and so did her bond with the family and their dogs. The young hippo was kind and loved to play with everyone around her. She even let people pet her and loved to cuddle with her human mother Shirley. Hippos are widely known for their incredible strength and aggressiveness, but Jessica seemed to be different. Sure, she was as strong as any other hippo, but she never showed any signs of aggressiveness toward anyone. Rather, she was gentle with all who came across her. The hippo became an integral part of the family and even had her own bedroom in the house. Jessica kept growing bigger and bigger, and that meant that she needed more food to sustain herself. Shirley and Tony couldn't keep up with her demands anymore. The couple had been training her to live in the wild for a while now, and solely decided to let her. On the appointed day, they all gathered around as they said teary goodbyes to Jessica. No one wanted her to go, but they knew that this was the best for her. Much to their surprise, however, the hippo returned home a few days later. She obviously couldn't bear to live without her family for long. Glad to have her back and seeing that she had no intention of staying away, Tony, With the help of a few neighbors, dug a canal from the Blight River so that Jessica could have a place to swim and easily go about as she liked. The gentle Hippo story spread, and soon she became a sensation in the neighborhood. At the age of 1.5 years, Jessica starred in her first movie. In April 2001, she became world famous when she played a role in the South African movie Mr. Bones with actor Leon Schuster. Since the movie, she has also been featured in several other documentaries. Jessica had a lot more ahead of her. On the 21st of February 2004, something interesting happened. Tony, being an honorary game ranger, was asked to take down a bull hippo that had fallen into a concrete reservoir. The kind ranger decided to save it. He constructed a ramp with sandbags and left the hippo there. Tony arrived early the next morning to check him out, and to his greatest delight, the hippo had climbed out of the reservoir during the night, and his tracks led to the nearby Blight River. 3 weeks later, some wild hippos came to visit Jessica at home. After spending the whole day with her, they all left except one. Surprisingly, the one that refused to leave was the bull Tony had saved earlier. He recognized him by the marks on his left rump. The bull continued to stay with them, so they named him Charlie. Soon enough, Charlie and Jessica became boyfriend and girlfriend. They spent the entire afternoon playing with each other and never left each other's sight. Because of Jessica's influence, the wild bull became tame and even got featured alongside his girlfriend in a documentary. The hippo couple lived together for 18 months until one day Charlie disappeared and they never saw him again. Jessica was heartbroken for a while and rarely left home. Then several years later, something truly incredible happened. After mourning her boyfriend for a while, Jessica started going out more often and making friends. Eventually, she moved away permanently and settled for a life in the wilderness. Even though the hippo now lives on her own, she comes home every day for a drink of Ruber's tea. Scientists are baffled by the fact that she actually recognized the Jutt family as her own, because hippos and humans rarely get along, and yet years have passed and she has never missed coming home for a day. She loves her adopted family and they love her back just as much. Jessica is also killing it in other aspects of life. She now has 3 boyfriends, with her favorite Big Fred. Jessica and Fred often go grazing together and wander off on a little exploration of their own. Fred, an exceptionally attractive bull, exudes a friendly demeanor. However, whenever Jessica catches a glimpse of him, an inexplicable shyness engulfs her. Furthermore, Jessica has garnered significant media exposure, having made appearances on National Geographic thrice. On February 14, 2006, she was featured in the documentary The Dark Side of Hippos. Additionally, she graced the screens of the Discovery Channel in a program titled 10 Deadliest, and twice on Japanese television, where she allowed young boys to brush her teeth. German television channel ZDF dedicated comprehensive coverage to Jessica on her 3rd birthday through a show named Brilliant Creatures. Countless newspapers worldwide have also highlighted her remarkable story. In June 2007, an Animal Planet documentary titled Jessica the Hippo premiered in the UK and can now be accessed on YouTube. Tony and Shirley, who never expected to attain fame, recently participated in live radio interviews in Sydney and Melbourne, Australia. They shared their remarkable journey of nurturing a friendly bond with Jessica from her infancy to adulthood. Today, thanks to Jessica, they find themselves featured in numerous documentaries and enjoying widespread recognition. Undoubtedly, Jessica has emerged as the world's most cherished and renowned animal. Unforeseen was the immense potential for greatness hidden within a lost hippo calf. Would you ever consider adopting such a remarkable creature? If given the opportunity, what name would you bestow upon it? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you.